What Happened This Week podcast. Just two best friends chatting in the trailer about all the things you are thinking about. Because you never know with Kim and Tricia.
All right, guys, it's another week. We're coming at you straight off of Zoom. So this is our first week trying out Zoom because we are now, we've had all these freaking COVID spikes now going on. And it's been a little crazy. So we're trying to get together and record. So we thought of something different, try to do Zoom, because it's so different when I can't see you. When I'm on the phone, it's a little different. So when I can actually see you, it's a little bit nicer. So I'm in my camper. I feel like you're here, but you're not here because I can see you on video.
Exactly. I'm laying down.
You are laying down. I see that. You're nice and relaxed.
Well, there's not really a place in here to sit. So
I'm sitting in the same bench that I've been sitting in all day, and it makes my butt sweat. I think I got to do something with this fabric. I'm pretty sure it's just my butt sweat's really bad. I don't know if it's the AC or what's going on. So how's your week going? So how's my baby? How's Grady doing?
He's doing great. He went to the doctor yesterday for his GI stuff and got a good old clean bill of health. Nice.
So everything's good there, and he's eating good?
He's eating good. So we just will have to go see the cardiologist. That's our next one. But yeah, everything is good. Mm-hmm.
Nice. And you went to swim lessons with Reagan tonight. How did you do with that?
She's a trooper. She's so funny. She was showing off her skills.
Of course.
Well,
she told
the swim instructor that, like, well, where's baby Grady? She said that he was at home outside by himself.
Oh, okay. Yeah. She has this thing about him being outside. I don't know. I'm kind of worried. We got to keep our eye on her when she gets older, and she's gonna be when she's old enough to babysit Grady. We're like, "Where's Grady?" Outside. That'll be her thing all the time. It seems like that's where she wanted him to live.
Exactly. But no, she's doing good with him though. Where's Grady? That's all she cares about. Where's Grady? Where's Grady? I want to hug him. I want to kiss him. So,
aww.
Yeah.
So how's your arthritis doing, you geriatric old lady?
Tell you what, it's awful. So I finished a 5-day steroid, very low dose because I'm breastfeeding, and it got better. The swelling kind of went down. The pain was better, but I finished that, and it's bad. I did not know this was a thing. Like, this is a legit thing. So there's like 2 people that I've heard of, this has happened to them after C-section and babies. And apparently, like, if you had arthritis before, it gets better on pregnancy because your immune system is not fighting itself anymore. But then once you have the baby, your immune system ramps up and it starts to, like, attack itself. I guess that's what I've researched. I have not been to the rheumatologist yet, but that's what I found. I did not have arthritis before. So my hope is that this is just my immune system, like, hyper, like, crazy at this point. And hopefully when it gets out, everything gets back to normal with my hormones and everything, then this goes away. But this is intense, crazy. I can't even describe. Like, I never would have thought, oh, I'm going to have a baby, and a week later I'm going to have arthritis because of it. Like, this is insane.
Well, it can be very debilitating too. It can be very painful.
It is very painful. Like, in the mornings, I can't move my hands. I would say, fortunately, right now it's just in my hands and my wrists. It's in my hips, but not nearly as bad. But you use your hands for everything you do. Everything.
Right.
Try getting out of bed without your hands, and without your midsection because it's been cut open, It's and I can see people who, like, might get depressed if this goes on for a long time, like, being that much pain all the time. Like, I don't know, I get up at like 6:30 with the baby, and then about 2 hours it takes before it starts to feel better.
And so besides the steroids, there's nothing that they're giving you right now?
No, and I couldn't even take Advil when I had the steroids because you can't take them together. But I can take Advil again now. And it's just so crazy. Like I said, this was not even a thought in my mind that this was it's going to happen. Like, why would you ever think you're going to develop arthritis after delivering a baby? Like, craziest thing ever.
I hear about hormones going wacko, when you have a baby, like I've heard of women lose their hair.
Right.
when they're pregnant, you know, because your hormones are all out of whack. So it's just unfortunate. And it's usually that 1%. And you are that 1%.
That's what my sister's like. If it's something weird's gonna happen, it's gonna happen to you. Like it's just, you know, Murphy's law for my life. But man, I was like, you've got to be kidding. Like, it is hard to hold my baby, like, in the morning. I'm trying to feed him this morning and burp him, and it's like, it is so painful just to try to burp him.
Oh, well, you need to get to, well, let me know what they do with the blood work. And I referred you to a good rheumatologist, but there's a few more that are out there as well. So, or they can do the
I gotta get back.
infusions.
Yeah, back with my doctor. And that's what, like, one of the ladies that Jason's mom talked to, she said she got the infusions done for a while, and then she's on some good medicine or whatever now. I said, well, how old is her kid? Like, like how long does this last?
Right,
She's
give me a
like,
timeline.
she's like, I'm not sure. And I was like, Beamy, are you messing with me? Like, you're not telling me because this lady's like 70, you know, like, no, she's like, the lady is probably in her late 40s. She's like, she's had it a long time. I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I can, because we're so active. Like, this is tough.
Yeah. And you got a 2-year-old, the 2.5-year-old you're running around with, you know?
And a
So
newborn, and you got to ask people for help, which is really hard. I couldn't open the soda. I was like, can you please open this for me?
Aw.
Yes.
That's tough.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess I'll have to move in with you at some point, and I can be your nanny / can opener / beer opener, whatever you may need from me. I can help you out.
Exactly. Well, you got big plans coming up.
Yeah, actually, I'm off tomorrow, and I'm actually off for the weekend. I took a little vacation off because I was going to go to North Carolina, but I decided not to go.
Really?
Last minute, I decided I canceled 3 days ago. Luckily enough, with my airline tickets, they gave me full credit, because typically when you cancel a flight, they'll give you like half or, minus all these fees, but they gave me e-credit so I can use that for a future flight, but the full amount, which is nice. My rental car, I actually had paid full price and a non-refundable discounted rate, so I got all of that back, which was really nice, minus $50. So that was really nice. So I just decided, with Florida being like the new hotspot.
North Carolina's a bad one.
Right, exactly. And my thought process was that, granted, while Taylor and I may be safe, we're going to be flying out of West Palm, and I don't know what I'm going to be sitting next to, what that air is going to be circulating with, whether they do precautions or whatnot. So I just thought it was, flying into a situation where my grandparents, they're in their 70s, and then the next place I was going to go to was my mom and my stepdad, who he just has a pacemaker put in about a month ago. So it's really not an ideal situation for them. So I just said, you know what, we're just going to cancel. So they're bummed out about it. We're going to try to do something maybe Christmas time. So, but still, Taylor and I still have the time off, and I still want to take the time off because I'm over COVID, but there's really nowhere to go. And so I decided to look at like the statistics for COVID and like still wanted to plan some type of a mini trip. So Taylor and I, because your little random road trips and things. Right. There really is nowhere safe to go in Florida. I don't care who you are. The Keys are closed. I don't want to go south. West is Tampa. That's a hot spot. Orlando, forget about it. St. Augustine, oddly enough, doesn't have as many cases, and she loves St. Augustine, so we actually did think about doing St. Augustine. So we're going to actually go to Mount Dora tomorrow. Oh, okay. Yep, so we're going to go to Mount Dora for a couple of days. It's about an hour outside of Orlando. It's in Lake City, so their statistics aren't nearly as high as Morton County, which is good, and then she wants to go to Celebration, which is outside of Orlando. They are considered Lake Mary County, I think. I'm not necessarily a fan of going to do that. We maybe just stay in the car and drive by. But we're going to go get a hotel and just kind of like, wear a mask and just do something different. So we're going to come back because we have a big shindig going on in the camperhood. It's the 4th of July bash. Oh boy. It's a big deal. I wrote our names on the list today in the laundromat of what we're going to bring. What are you bringing? Crack dip. James is like, bring your crack dip. Everybody likes crack dip. So nice. We're going to, I think it's going to be at the 40 Days Bar, aka the guy that owns the place backyard. Nice. So, there's nowhere to go for fireworks either. No.
No, we thought about buying some and then going out to the property, but I was like, it's just a lot of money and seems like a heck of a lot of work. Like, because then Jason's gonna do them, and then I've got to keep Reagan like in check and the mosquitoes. And I was like, no, that's not gonna do it.
Well, if you guys decide to do them, let me know. I mean, I'm going to be back Saturday. I told you I'm like, I don't want to have an agenda, so we're going to most likely be back Saturday. But if something comes up, we might do whatever because I'm off until Monday. But if you guys decide to do something, let me know. Because I know James will be here. And the dogs don't do well with the fireworks and stuff, so we usually try to say, in the camper, who knows what's going to happen. I did have an incident today. The dogs got out of the camper.
Oh, gosh.
I had an anxiety attack. Girl, about lost my mind. And at the time that they got out and escaped the camper, I knew it was going to happen. It's just a matter of time. 2 German shepherds are walking by. One is leashed, one is not. So Bella ran right up to the one and like rolled over because that's what she does. And she was the one without the leash. Thank goodness. Holler had her on the leash. And then I tugged on her and her head came out of her collar.
Our collar. Oh.
Words can't describe. I had a full on I lost my AirPods in the dirt. I found them. I just full on I was in dress to the 9. I was in my suit and heels because I just came home from work. It was a hot mess. But it all went well. I knew it was going to happen, so I was stressed out from that. Just living in very small quarters. The dogs are over it, so am I, James took him to a dog park last week, and James seemed to think that they had a good time, so that's nice,
Well, that's nice. They play well with others. They have play dates.
They had play dates with each other, but they did pretty good, I guess. But yeah, it's just different, It's just we're 2 weeks in, and I'd like to think that after 21 days, it becomes a habit, but yeah, it's kind of wearing on me a little bit. I'm running. I'm running a little thin. So past couple days have been just a hot mess. So it's all right. I'm glad to get this little vacation because it's just today I actually I started vacation time, right? So I went and got me a bottle of Tito's. That's what I do.
Mm-hmm.
But I have no ice. Typically you have ice, right? So
right.
I have ice cube makers, but I didn't fill them up because I haven't had to. So I was like, I really need some ice. I went to the racetrack. Girl, I went to the racetrack and I was like, I need ice. But I can't buy a big bag of ice because my freezer won't hold a 5-pound bag of ice. So
well, you can put it in your cooler.
I don't have a cooler with me here. James had it in his truck. My other cooler is in storage. I don't have anything to hold it. So I really thought this through. So I was like, you know what? I got me like a big gulp, like a styrofoam, and I just got it full of crunched ice. And I got up to the register, and I was like, how much for a cup of ice? She's like, just have it. I'm like, you made my day. I love you. So I came home.
You made my day for my Tito's.
I didn't want to tell him what I was doing. But I came home, made me a little cocktail, and just sat there. And I was like, damn, it's been a week. It's only Wednesday. So,
we didn't have ice one time, Kim and I, and so we used frozen fruit instead.
That's smart. That's smart. If I had frozen fruit, I'd do that.
It tasted good too. So,
I definitely would have tried that. So it's been a different week, with this whole COVID spike going up. Things are, what's kind of crazy to me is where probably about 2 weeks ago, I've heard of people that had COVID-19 or that got COVID-19 or tested positive, but I didn't know them personally or know them directly. So it's just like, whatevs.
Right.
Over the past 3 days, I know of 4 people that have tested positive for COVID, and it's going to just continue to happen. Even talking to the physicians that I work for, I mean, it's inevitable. It's going to happen. So, it's just, that's a little bit trying and just worrisome. They're closing down our beaches and, I don't want to go to Publix. I don't even want to talk to people. I want to be a hermit, but I don't want to be my hermit in my 400 square trailer. And, it's tough.
It is tough. We had to get the house stuff done, in order to make sure we got the block plan right. We have to have know exactly what front door we're going to get. So we had to go to a place today to look at a front door. And I mean, we mask every time we go out. We put our mask on and so our mask on. And as soon as we get in the car, I get the wipes out and we wipe everything down. And and then we had to go to Lowe's to deal with the appliances, and same thing, you know.
It's such a process. It's just a process, you know, and it's just, I'm over it, you know. You just never know. So it's just, I don't know if it's like an emotional week or whatever. I'm lost on my period, so I think that has a little bit to do with it, you know.
Exactly.
Like, oh my God, the sky is falling. We're going to go look at another house. Super cool house. Good. And by the time we got to schedule the showing, it was already under contract. So it's like, are you kidding me? So, you know, we keep watching the market and see what's going on there. So I had someone that I ran into at work. She's like, tell me more about this living in a camper life. I'd really like to know. I'm like, you don't. Let me So she actually called me tonight. She was like, we're thinking about selling our house. Just be honest. What do you think? And another buddy of ours, we have a mutual friend, Thomas Talley, he called me. And he was like, wow, you guys sold the house. You're living in a camper. It's like, tell me all about it. We're thinking about doing it. I'm like, listen, guys, I'm not glamorifying. I may post pictures on Facebook. I may be making TikTok. I'm trying to make the best out of it. It's definitely different for us because, you know, I mean, we're bigger kids. We're bigger people, you know, so we're trying to figure life out and what that's going to look like. But, yeah, I mean, it's definitely, I don't know, it's different. It's definitely different.
Yeah, I think it would be different, like, if you had access to the house or something like that. You know, like, if you had parked at a James' parents' house, you had access to a bigger space, then maybe it might be different, but I don't know.
Yeah, definitely. I think that has a lot to do with it. So I'm just ready for the week to be over with, and I'm just ready for this, like, to just COVID crap to be over with. I can't believe it's June 1st.
July 1st.
July 1st. Like,
girl, you lost a whole month.
I'm lost an entire month. I don't even know what day it is of the week. It's insane. So it's definitely been very, very much of a different week, I would have to say. I hope that it's, you know, that I've come to embrace the RV life. You know, I went to the laundromat today and washed them clothes. A positive note, I can kill a couple of loads at once, which is kind of nice.
Right.
You know, we went on the boat on Sunday, which was good.
Oh, yeah, you had fun?
We did have fun. We had some vitamin C, hit our skin, all that good stuff. I got sun poisoning that night, though.
Perfect.
Might have been alcohol, whatever. I call it sun poisoning. Some would say alcohol. But I went to bed early, and that was kind of nice to go to bed early. So it's been definitely been different. So
yeah, we went Saturday to my sister's house. It was nice. We went down there for like a little. We went down there to Lauren's house, and we were celebrating Kim's birthday. So it was just like, you know, Lauren and Mike, Kim and Tone, Jay and I, and then Stuart and Kelsey came.
Oh, nice. How's Stewie doing?
Oh, you should see him. He's got like 0% body fat.
Oh, yeah. Well, they bike everywhere. They probably are biking now
they're
probably biking North Carolina right now. They're like,
exactly.
They're very active. I need to get into that mindset.
We need to hang out with them.
I do. I need to hang out with them. They could probably. Well, I mean, some of the people that live in here, I noticed that the RVers, they're all about the Jeep thing. And I think primarily the reason why is, I mean, while the Jeep thing is cool, but a lot of those folks, they pull them, and Jeeps are very light to pull, and they have four-wheel drive. So, you know, depending on where you're at in the country.
I also think the way they're made is that when you hook them up the tow, they don't calculate mileage.
Oh, yeah. So it totally makes it a complete.
Why.
We do have 2 lots empty in front of us if you guys want to pull the camper in for the weekend and come hang out. I'm waiting for some neighbors to come to join me.
I gotta get for a little getaway. We're gonna go to the holidays and see Kim.
Oh, we'd have a heyday. We'd have so much fun. Can you imagine?
It is funny to see you with your oh my gosh, no, ow. I was gonna say, it's funny, like, because normally we do these when we're not together and we can't see each other, but you got your, like, gaming headset on.
I do, because directly in front of me is the TV and where James is sitting. So while he has the TV a little low over the fans, and I have to say, I made the best investment a few days ago in a oscillating fan. He's like, you should buy a box fan. I'm like, listen, I come out of the trailer park. Listen, box fans are great, but oscillating fans are better. So now I have this, you know what I mean? So like now between like it kind of like takes out the sound of what's going on the outside, and then I have it directly sitting underneath the air vent, so it's blowing on me. So there's a lot of noise going on in here right now between the air vent and then between the oscillating fan and the TV. It's just, you know, so.
Gotcha.
Taylor is she hasn't stayed a couple of nights. She's like, because she started back to she's doing summer 2 at IRSC.
Okay.
And she said because we have to share a table or desk, so to speak, and she's like, is it okay if I stay at Dad's an extra night? I said, yeah, no worries, I get it, I understand, because I'm working at the desk, you know, and my butt's sweating, you know, so she's so I'm excited to see her because it's been like an extra day that I haven't seen her. So
Exactly.
I get it though.
Exactly.
You know? Her dad's probably like, what the hell, Kim made some really bad life choices. I was thinking about that. I was like, you know what? It's not a bad life choice. It's a great life choice. I was talking to somebody on Sunday when we went on the boat. She's a financial advisor. And so she said something like, listen, you guys are, you know, you're kind of making a really good decision. If you guys are still married in 8 months and still kicking it, like, and you still have money in the bank, you're doing okay. You're doing something that most people would be scared of doing. So I'm like, all right, you gave me hope. All right, I guess.
That's what somebody said to me, like, you've been living with your in-laws for almost 3 years. Like, your marriage will survive forever.
Right. And it's, you know, you think about it, you're like, okay, all right, okay. Especially when, you know, you look at people that are mortgage poor and, you know, and they're living way beyond their means and things of that nature. So, you know, it makes it's put things a bit more in perspective, I guess. You know, it's still not easy, but you're managing, you know. Took me 30 minutes to clean the RV the other day.
Nice.
Winter chicken dinner. I was like, okay, and I just opened up the doors and swept it out.
Yeah.
My little vacuum cleaner doesn't do a good job with that dog hair and stuff, but yeah, so that's promising, you know.
Did you get your porch done?
I did get my porch done. I did. So it looks pretty good. I feel like it looks like Rob and we had our first visitors last night. Rob and Deanne came over yesterday, and Deanne's like, it looks like y'all live here. I'm like, we do. Like the way the porch is all set up. James has got like a workbench outside. Like, it's pretty tight. Things are pretty tight outside. I'm just saying. He's trying to like build like a hedge so nobody can really see what's going on the porch. You guys have to come by and visit us. We'll take you for a tour. I'll take you for a tour.
Nice.
We'll take you for a tour. They have a big chair. Like one of those big
like the like they have like in the Keys, like the big, like,
they have. We'll take our picture and we'll have to post it on the blog.
Yeah. Exactly.
I'm
glad that you're not going to North Carolina.
Yeah, I am too.
Because I was like, I'm not gonna be able to see you for a couple of weeks then, because you can't come near me.
I know, exactly. And it's just, you know, I kind of, it was bummed out because I really was looking forward to the trip to see my grandparents and my mom.
Right, yes, of course, that part. But I mean, the risk of death, you know.
Yeah, you know, I'm obese. You know, there's a couple of factors going against me. So I was like, yeah, maybe I'll just sit this one out, you know. So I just, and I just read an article too that American Airlines, which is one of the airlines we're going to take, they're going to be booking at full capacity come today. Which I think is insane, because most people, like, if you ever go on an airplane, you usually get sick because the way the air circulates and stuff. So I don't know. It's pretty wild to me. So I thought about doing the drive, but that's like taking up a day and a half of my time. So
exactly,
we'll figure something out on the fly. So, but it was definitely good to chat with you tonight. And
you too. A little catch up.
Yeah, definitely. We'll have to. Maybe we'll get to see each other in person next week. I think, because I'm quarantining. I'm not going anywhere. And I know you're not.
No. I go to Lowe's with my mask and my hand sanitizer.
And I'm literally spending like maybe 5 minutes at Publix because that's all my grocery cart can handle, because that's all my refrigerator can hold. So I'm like, I'm on a mission and I'm in and out. Like, I'm done, you know? Kind of like nice. It's like when my grocery bill's $25, it's really nice compared to $100.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
All right, guys. Well, thanks so much for joining us this week.
Thanks for listening.
Bye.